Hi, welcome wherever you're joining us from. This is Women Founded Magazine podcast, and I'm your host, Milka. Today's guest is someone whose work has touched a lot of women in the beauty industry, Gloria Monteleone, a nail artist with over 15 years of experience and the creator of a technique that it's reshaping how nail techs approach their crafts. Gloria has built her career around one belief that a manicure can be both beautiful and healthy for the natural nail underneath. We're so excited to have her here to share her journey, how she got started, lessons she's learned along the way, and the advice she has for nail techs looking to grow. Gloria, thank you so much for being here. Please tell us a bit about yourself.
Oh no, and thank you, Milka, for having me. It's such a pleasure to be invited by you and interviewed about something so special to me. Thank you so much. Yeah, so a little bit about me. Well, I've been in the nail industry for over 15 years, probably closer to 20 now, as a nail artist. Recently, I've been focusing more on my online teaching, and also because I do believe that nail salons should deliver a high quality service across all nail artists. I'm also considering offering in-person team training as well. I then developed a new technique from scratch because I needed one reliable application method for both builder gels, which are soft and hard gel. And it just makes, everything so much easier. It focuses on the apex, on the natural look, and it does remove the repetitive steps that can lead to that mental fatigue during a busy back-to-back schedule, as no artists are used to. What I love the most is creating the natural look. You can see I wear bare nails, so my focus is always the natural look. Feels like if there is a way of making the nail look naturally perfect, that's where I'm at. I love also protecting the natural nail underneath the product. Why should we have only beauty and not health as well, right? And it feels like in the industry, it has been something probably overlooked for too long. So yes, what can I say? I've worked with high-level clients who wanted that chic, sophisticated look at a high volume, which taught me how to refine my processes, keep only what truly made sense, and still deliver that strong client experience. So yeah, I had to basically curate the experience around the client's vision and also building that long-lasting client retention. So yeah, there were many, many high stakes moments like, what do I do now? And those actually taught me to be very focused and intentional in how I deliver a great service. It feels like the nail industry is evolving. I believe that hopefully with my experience in this field, I can help many professionals who care not only about being technically great, but also, how would I say, streamlining their operations and maintaining clients over the years. Thank you for having me here. It feels like this company, Women Founded, cares about empowering others, and that's where I'm headed as well. I love being in the empowering atmosphere. Thank you very much.
No problem. We're here for that. So what was the biggest inspiration to start? I know you mentioned before, but what was the biggest inspiration and what was the biggest challenge in the beginning?
I've always been passionate about nails. There was something that I loved about nails since I was a young girl. I loved having my nice selection of nail polishes in all shades. And some of the combinations that I used to wear were that bold that my mom's hairstylist at some point told me, I think you should come do my client's nails. And I just dropped it there. I didn't think much about it. I didn't have the skills and nothing like that. So it was just a one-time thing that someone said. And eventually, now I'm here as a nail artist. So it stuck with me. But then, really, one day, one of my professors had this beautiful set that looked incredibly glossy. I could not understand how could I replicate the extreme gloss that she was wearing with the regular polish I was used to wearing. And so I asked her. She just told me, look, this is a new product called hard gel. You cure it under the lamp and then you wear it for a month. I did not understand what she was talking about because we're talking about something that happened about 20 years ago. So no knowledge around this hard gel product, nothing whatsoever. I just was curious enough to ask her about her nail technician, and eventually she gave me her contact, so I was able to go and have an appointment for myself. So I went there, and the experience was interesting. Unfortunately, it was unpleasant because she completely fell down my natural nail. So even though at the end I had that glossy look, still my feelings were a little bit all over the place, if you want. After that, getting my nails done by the same person and then by someone else as well led me to just, increase my desire to do this for myself because I came from the experience. I know how to do nails. I just didn't know how to do hard gel. So I decided I need to go to school and learn how to do nails. So that's how it all started as a hobby, then friends and family, through word of mouth. With their help, I got to improve the skills. And my focus, though, was always to make nails look naturally amazing and also protecting the nail underneath. There was not much knowledge about nail health at the time, 20 years ago. But eventually, the focus that I had just shaped into, let's make this something special that everyone can enjoy. I do enjoy it, and the client does enjoy it as well. So that's how it all started.
All right, amazing. And what separates successful nail techs from those who struggle to grow?
That's a very good question. Probably successful nail technicians are the ones who stay open to feedback and, keep improving. They pay attention to what their clients are saying, as well as their body language. Even when it's uncomfortable, it can be uncomfortable at times, and they'll use that feedback as an immediate insight for growth. So the nail tech that, who struggles, I should say, seems like are often the ones that miss that signal of the feedback. So when the feedback is exactly the thing that could help them improve. So growth, in my opinion, requires being willing to face that uncomfortable truth, looking for things that you can learn from that feedback and just make the changes in the moment if possible. Maybe an example that can help is if a client reacts because the cuticle area was pinched too hard or maybe too aggressively, that tells you right away that something needs change. For me, that became a bigger shift of how I approached the whole work, and it turned into a philosophy. I stopped cutting cuticles completely. And actually, the results amazed me and my clients as well. So maybe, you learn something bigger out of that feedback.
All right, awesome. And what's the biggest mistakes you see nail techs making in their technique besides that? Or business? Well, not technique, but business.
I love the technique factor because once you can focus on the technique, you are in the business. So probably it's the mindset. Yes, probably yes, the mindset. Indeed, one of the biggest mistakes I see is believing the tool is that one thing that determines whether the nail, are damaged or not, instead of realizing that we are in control of how the tool is used. So the way we use it can either damage or protect the nail. It's like saying the knife is the problem, but if you know how to use the knife, you can do beautiful things with it. So it all comes down to knowing how to calibrate pressure, if you wish. And when you do that, you protect the nail, you help it grow. It's healthy and you keep your client happy. A happy client is a rebooking client as well. So in a way, it's also aligned with how I teach by removing the product about 99%, 95 to 99%. But this is at every appointment, which means I do not teach fills. I believe in using the e-file with controlled pressure instead. So the way you protect the nail, you check the condition of the nail and build on the cleanest foundation is what actually brings you nail retention within the system. If you want to retain a client, you need to work on these points and make them happy.
Okay.
So probably it's here.
Yeah. All right. So what specific advice would you give a nail tech who wants to attract higher paying clients?
Yeah, it comes down to client relationship. It feels like it is everything. It's also super underrated and often overlooked, and something I am very passionate about because I dedicated a whole module of my course about client retention. So at times, I don't know if that happened to you, if you also saw that, but it seems like some nail technicians are more focused on the earbud or just staying disconnected from the client than actually building that real rapport with the client that they're servicing. So yeah, I believe in having one clear system that handles all the nail work so you can focus on the client instead of burning out trying to manage every step and the client experience at the same time. So if something has to give, I don't believe it should be the client report at all, but maybe you should refocus and being intentional with where you put your focus really into. Clients want to feel seen, they want to feel understood and cared for, especially when they're investing in a premium service. So higher paying clients are the ones you need to learn how to service in that manner. It all comes down in seeing what they see and satisfy them with the high standard nail service.
Totally. Yes. So, tell us a little bit more about your course specifically.
Oh, okay. Thank you. My course is super straight to the point. This is how I am also in life. I like a mission-based idea, so that's how my course is developed. Think of it as probably as a short focus training for nail techs who need that support without too much lecture. Okay, like almost like I'm standing next to them at their station during the manicure, saying, do this, do that, and this is how you get the results you're looking for. So they don't need pages of all the theory because that's something they've already studied. They just need that immediate next step because the method is built in a logical order, right? So it makes it easy to remember. I don't want a nail tech being confused or feeling overwhelmed by what they're learning. So I kept it very straight to the point. Once they know exactly what makes sense at each step, um, whatever they will be doing, they know already what logically is the next move. And it covers everything from how to correctly remove the product with the right pressure, as we said before, to how to actually prep the nail without cutting the cuticles or using nippers or scissors. Absolutely not. I just am teaching to rely on 2 e-file bits that do the entire work. And that's instead of using 5 or 6 and then going ahead with so many tools. What else? It also goes into how to build that slim but strong apex with the diamond technique I developed from scratch. I needed that one technique for all the builder gels that are out there just to keep it easy. And the one thing I really love about this technique is that it allows the nail to just be protected while still looking thin and refined. So it follows actually the natural lines of the nail. It's almost like a tailor drawing the shape on the body to show how it suits best. And the same idea is inside the diamond technique. It does follow the nail's natural structure, and it makes me super excited to see that you can enhance nails like that. Something else in this course is that it helps to develop that eye for nature. So the client sees their nails, their hands looking so beautiful, and you had a part in that, which feels it's beautiful already per se. And then you get to create beautiful client relationships. So it's a very complete course. It's not into the technical only, but it's also into let's make the client happy and knowing how to deal with stressful moments like she's late, what should I tell her, to keep the relationship, but also being professional at the same time. So high stakes are a part of this entire development as well. And yes, I'm basically looking for the nail technician that is intentional, wants to be straightforward and not, overwhelmed with too many things. So the ones that are intuitive and love the one system that works across different type of products, and just be happy at the end of that busy schedule.
Yeah. All right. That sounds amazing. Real. Thank you so much, Gloria, for sharing this. Let me tell you something. I had a similar experience as you. The first time I did my nails at a nail salon, I felt like my nails were burning, and I felt also disappointed because my natural nails were, in fact, really damaged. So I stopped going to hair salon. So I really appreciate that that same experience led you to take these steps and make a difference for the beauty industry. So I really appreciate your project personally.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
It does
welcome.
make a difference having the nail healthy as well as
Yes,
beautiful. I'm
totally.
sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah, I already have my nails healthy again, but I hope I could find someone who has your technique in this country. So,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much, Gloria, for sharing your journey. It was a pleasure
Thank
to
you so
meet you.
much, Milka. Absolutely my pleasure.
All right. So, thank you so much, you guys, for watching this episode. This is the Women Founded Magazine podcast. Stay tuned for the next one. And if you want to know more about Gloria's course, I'm gonna have her links down below in the description, so you can go to her page, her Instagram, and check out more. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.